Hi, my name is Robin and I wanted to make a video on traveling to Disney World with a child with sensory processing disorder. It is the beginning of September 2016, and on the 22nd of this month I will be going to Disney World with my 7-year-old son, who will be turning 8 in the parks, and he's been diagnosed with sensory processing disorder for almost 2 years now. I never thought that this was a trip that we would be able to make until someone in my son's life told me about a program that Disney has that is very accommodating for a lot of different disabilities, but it would be very beneficial for my son while we're in the parks. I didn't know anything about this. I know people who also have children that have sensory processing disorder or just general disabilities, and they didn't know about this. It's a pretty well kept secret. There's a lot of information about it on the Disney website, but you need to know where to look, and I didn't know where to look. And so I wanted to make a video on it. I think that a lot of people don't talk about it because they don't want people to abuse it, but I think that Disney has made it so that it's really not an attractive thing for somebody that doesn't actually need it. What it is, it's called the DAS card, I believe, but it's not a card that it's not a physical card because it gets programmed into your Magic Band. That allows you to go up to an attraction, and depending on what that wait time is, you check in at that ride, and then let's say the wait is 55 minutes, you check in, and then the cast member will give you a return time in 55 minutes, and then so you will come back and then you will go into the fast pass line instead of waiting in the ride line or the ride line. So you can only do one ride at a time. You can't check into a bunch of rides and then go down the list or go down the line when you've checked in. So let's say you wanted to ride Space Mountain, you would go up to Space Mountain. If it's 11 o'clock, ride time's 55 minutes, you check in, they will tell you to come back at 11:55. So you have to wait until 11:55 to go on that ride or use this pass at any other ride. So I believe that if you decide, I don't want to ride Space Mountain, I want to wait for this other ride instead, you can cancel out the return time for Space Mountain and ride Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, but you still have to wait. It'll reset your time. So let's say you checked in at 11, you were supposed to come back to Space Mountain at 11:55. At 11:30 you decide, I don't want to ride Space Mountain, I want to ride Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. So 11:25 you'll go up to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. It might be an hour and a half wait. You check in and then you have to wait an hour and a half to get on to that ride. You can't carry over the time that you've already waited for Space Mountain to go on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train because you weren't waiting for that ride. So I don't think that it's an attractive option for people that just want to skip the line, because you're not skipping the line, you're waiting the amount of time that everyone else is waiting, you're just not doing it in that enclosed space, which is a great alternative for my son because part of his disorder is he doesn't like being in enclosed spaces for a very long time. He gets very agitated when he's jostled by people. If people touch him when he's not expecting it, he gets very overwhelmed. He might have a breakdown. He might just not be able to do anything for the rest of the day. He might be fine. It's a very roll of the dice situation. It depends on everything else going on, and I think that being in Disney, it would be a meltdown situation because it's a lot of unknown things, it's a lot of new feelings and sounds and just just everything in general. Like, he's not used to being around crowds of people at a very exciting and stimulating place. So this is going to be extremely beneficial for us, and I know that a lot of people could benefit from using this for their child or for themselves. If you have just general, like, an anxiety disorder, if you also have sensory processing disorder, there's loads of things that you could benefit using this for. Yeah, that's basically the gist of it. They do have a lot of other options for accommodations that you might need while you're staying there. Like, for instance, we're staying on their property. We're staying at Disney. So we are staying in the Art of Animation resort. We have a room in the Little Mermaid area. There are not microwaves in the Little Mermaid rooms. They do have them in the Cars rooms, the Lion King rooms, and the Finding Nemo rooms. So they think, I mean, we've not gotten down there yet, so it might not be a possibility, but my son sleeps with a heat pack. He has an owl that is filled with rice, and he sleeps with that because he needs something hot that will help him sleep, and he holds it, and he has fuzzy things. There's just a whole slew of bedtime routine, but one of the keys of his bedtime routine is being able to heat up this heat pack, and I wouldn't be able to do that without a microwave. So I called, and they said that since there are microwaves on the premises, that they should be able to accommodate us with a microwave in our room. We just have to talk to guest services when we arrive, and they'll help us figure out how we can do that. They are very helpful. I have called several times and been just a little, I don't want to say crazy, but I'm worried, and I just want to make sure that I have ironed out all of the kinks that could come up as best as I can for our trip, so that it's as smooth as it possibly can be. I know that anything can happen, and hopefully I'm ready for that. But yeah, those are just things that Disney has been able to offer as accommodations for us. Everyone's situation is different. I'm sure if you called and asked, like, what would be possible for you, if there are certain things that you need for your child, I know that they will do everything that they can to help you, as long as you're polite and understanding and patient with them, and help them brainstorm how they could help you that is within their reach. Yeah, I'm very excited for our trip. I think I'm gonna do a couple videos about what I'm packing, just for him, for the plane, things that I'm gonna be bringing to just help him decompress and try and block out any sensory input that he might be receiving that makes him very uncomfortable in situations that we can't get out of, like on the plane. He's flown once, but he was very young and he doesn't remember, and I know that the plane noise bothered him then. He doesn't remember it at all, but I didn't have earplugs for him. He was very young, he hadn't been diagnosed yet. We just knew that sometimes he had freakouts for reasons that we couldn't figure out, and now, like, obviously growing with him as he's gotten older, we've been able to identify his triggers and things that he has a lot of trouble processing. There's probably loads more things that I don't know about that he has trouble with, that he just hasn't been able to express to us yet, and well, I'm sure as we grow with him, we will find more things that we need to change and help him with. But yeah, so I will probably be doing a video about packing for him, just the things that we're bringing on the plane, and it's going to be a short video because we're really not bringing that much stuff on the plane with us. I mean, we are bringing a lot of things, but yeah, and then I think I'm going to be vlogging our trip because I really want to have that to look back on. I think that that would be a great thing to have. I think it would be exciting for him to be able to like see his trip and have that forever. So yeah, I don't know. I'm very excited. I will probably make another video very soon.